This video is going to be all about how I built my wealth and how I continue to build my wealth. There's no shortage of get-rich-quick schemes out there, promising you a life of Lambos and private beaches, but somehow those never pan out. What I'm going to go over today is what 99% of the world's millionaires have been doing and continue to do to this day. Investing $100 per week is a great investing goal for many. If you invest $100 per week, that's $400 per month. If you were to start doing this from age 45 to age 65 in retirement, so 20 years, and you invested in something that returned 10% on average each year, like the S&P 500 with dividends reinvested, in 20 years, your investment will have grown to almost $300,000. You'll have only put in a total of $96,400, but the compound interest will have grown it by that much. So compound interest and the concept of time are very important. But even more important is this first investing habit that you definitely need to start today if you haven't already. The first one is the one that will change your life the most, and that is to invest as soon as possible. So in that first example, the person invested $100 per week from age 45 to age 65. If instead they would have started just 10 years earlier at age 35, let's see what they would have today. $400 per month for 30 years now at the same 10% per year comes out to $800,000. Even crazier is that you would have only invested about $50,000 more of your own money from the example from before, but it would have grown almost 3 times larger than that of the one before. Now let's say you had invested at age 25 instead. So $400 per month for 40 years, receiving that same 10% per year, comes out to $2,142,547. You'll have put in less than $200,000 of your own money, and it would have grown more than 10 times in that period, and you'd be a millionaire off just $100 per week. I work with my private financial coaching clients, and sometimes they get frustrated that they're a little bit older now, and so they wish that they would have invested back when they were 35 or 25. But the best thing you could do now is to just make sure and not wait another year. 5 years from now, you're going to be so happy that you started today. This next one is so important, and it's actually more important for you to do before you even do that first one, because this next one is to make sure and understand what it is that you're investing in. Let's face it, finances and investing are so complicated. That's why I made this channel, to make investing simplified. But for real, I've seen it in the classrooms and in seminars that I've done. Anytime that you can simplify something, the higher the absorption rate of people actually being able to take in the information. The best way I've found to simplify your investing is to pick 3 to 5 ETFs and make that be the bulk of what you're investing in within your portfolio. After this video, I'll have my video on that information for exactly what to invest in, so stay till the end for that. By doing that last step correctly, you won't even have to worry about this next one, but let's just keep it in mind. Inevitably, you're going to run into this in your investing journey, so let's talk about it. The next important habit that I do in my investing, and that most other millionaires have done all their lives as well, would be not timing the market. But Professor G, isn't it just better to buy at the bottom and sell at the top? Yes. But nobody knows when that is. Professionals who literally spend 60 hours a week analyzing this information still get it wrong over 90% of the time. The way that 99% of successful investors became successful investors was by leaving their money in the market. Set it, don't touch it, and don't worry about when to invest it. I just invest it every 2 weeks, no matter if it's at all-time highs or if it's low. I just keep consistently investing. On February 9th of this year, the S&P 500 hit a crazy all-time high, finally getting over 5,000. At this point, all the analysts and news channels were saying this is the top of the market, all-time high, it's going to have to dip from here. Many people have been waiting for that dip now for over 3 months while I kept investing, and now 3 months later, it's up even more, and so all my money has been compounding and growing nicely. Being able to invest more money starts with actually having more money or even finding more money each month, which is why I'm excited to introduce the sponsor of this video, Rocket Money. I recently found out that I was paying double for a streaming service that I had no idea about. Rocket Money is the personal finance app that helps you cancel subscriptions, lower bills, and manage your money better. I'm a business professor, so I love numbers and spreadsheets, but even I get confused with all the little subscriptions and other things that I have to account for. Having an all-in-one finance platform makes me very happy. This app lets you manage all your subscriptions in one place. It gives you insights to your spending in an easy-to-understand graphic, and has features to help negotiate your bills. My favorite section and use of this app is in its features that actually give you insights on your net worth and also budgeting. You can link all of your assets and your debts to give you a good picture of where you stand financially. The goal trackers in the budgeting section has been really helpful for my private coaching clients recently. Try Rocket Money for free with the link down in my description at rocketmoney.com/investing simplified. This next one's a tough one to do, but just do it. Don't listen to the noise or the new hype thing. You could type in on Google right now, what's gonna happen in the stock market for the rest of 2024? And you're gonna see articles that say it's gonna just rise and go crazy, and you're gonna see articles that say it's gonna crash and this is the time to pull money out. You could turn on the TV right now and the news will be either very positive or very negative, and it could be totally opposite just based on what channel you're watching. Things to be careful on in 2024 would be anything in AI, microchips, electric vehicles, and just energy in general. Everyone says to invest in electric energy or alternate forms of energy. But the most wise investor of all time quietly has been boosting his stake in OXY, which is oil and natural gasoline. This is genius. Yes, in 10, 15, 20 years, we'll probably be using alternate energy sources. But for now, we very much still need gas. Do you see a huge ship in the ocean with a monster battery on it? Do you see a rocket being weighed down by a battery? Most cars out nowadays still use gas, and will use gas for the foreseeable future. It's smart to think about the future, but it's definitely wise to be thinking about what's happening right now as well. The next one is a basic one, but it's gonna keep you rich long term. Do what you can to invest more money and to keep expenses low. This one's probably the most simple to understand, but one of the toughest to actually put into practice. Because once you start to make a little bit more money, it's very easy to spend a little bit more money. The way that I like to do this is to pay myself first by right away, as soon as a paycheck comes in or a big commission comes in, I just take a portion of that money and throw it straight into investing the second that it hits my account. Because the longer that it just sits in my checking account, the easier it's going to be for me to justify to use that on something else. And this kind of leads us into this last one, which is all about the fact that you need to stay consistent. The easiest way to stay consistent is by automating your investing or your savings. Try to make it so that no matter what, whenever you get paid, a portion of that goes into investing in some way. It'd be easiest if you don't have to manually do that, and most investing platforms nowadays at least make it so that it can automate taking the money out and putting it into the account. Some investing accounts don't make it so that it invests that money directly into your ETF, but at least it takes the money out of your checking account and straight into the investing account, and then you would move it into what you want to invest in. If you leave it up to yourself to do everything manually, it's just so easy for you to either use that money on something else, for you to forget, life happens, and it's very, very tough. To see what I'm consistently investing in now in 2024, check out this video here or watch this video to keep you going strong in your financial freedom journey.